Okay, how's that? Is that better? Is my volume better?
Your volume is better. How is my volume?
Oh,
How is my volume?
it's say something else.
I can hear you very well.
Okay, let's I'm I'm receiving messages on my Zoom that my internet is unstable and I think we have some connectivity issues where maybe it's not broadcasting through. Let me just see.
I think it is.
Maybe it's not broadcasting through. Let me just see.
I think it is. I can hear you talk.
Yeah, it's recording on your end okay, but I'm having a hard time with the playback. It's supremely frustrating because I mean when we have conversations over FaceTime and that works perfectly every time.
This is working on my end. It's
It's
working.
working on your end. It's just not working on my end for whatever reason. It's yeah, very frustrating. I'm not sure if I'm ah,
How about we just try? It's working.
it's working for you, but from where I'm sitting, it's and actually I can see on the playback on Facebook that it's working. Okay, we'll just try. Let's
With,
talk about getting
with
frustrated by
an
technology. How
upset.
about that?
We're trying with an upset, James.
I'm what's the word? It's not like a huge upset. It's like a minor frustration. It's like it's like sand underneath the fingernails or something like that.
I'm doing a study on upsets. I'm not far enough, so I can't share right now just because my ideas are not straight. But
uh,
knowing the causes of upset and how to eliminate it is very life changing. Not to be upset about, the little
right.
details of life and why are we upset. So I love it. So when I'm done, I can share that with you.
Yeah, it's when I think about it, I'm thinking because I'm nostalgic. We were talking about nostalgia this morning. I'm very nostalgic, and just this with a grainy video that's kind of stopping on my end. Uh, that would have been a miracle. That would have been unbelievable. That in 1980, that would have been. It's the stuff of science fiction. It
Yeah.
it really it really is quite amazing. So for me to get upset because our bandwidth isn't.
Because we're too spoiled. It's
Yeah,
abundant.
exactly. It's a first world,
First world problems, as they say.
21st century problem.
Mhm.
Yeah, like my video conferencing is not optimal.
And first world. It's funny. I am having this. I look like it's coffee, and I'm like, okay,
uh,
this was the first world. This is the second. It's like a wine glass, but it's hot coffee in it. I can show
oh, I
you.
like it. So is it insulated too,
It's
so it can keep
insulated,
it
yeah.
warm? Yeah, that's
And
nice. I love it.
it's funny because I think most people use it for wine, but I use it for coffee.
Does it have a like a top,
It has a lid, yeah. Okay, I'm
like a
not gonna
lid?
use
Okay.
this one. You know,
Oh, yeah, very nice.
yeah. This one is
Yeah.
empty, and this one I just filled it with coffee. Yeah.
Well,
So
I am. Let's see. Let's make sure we time this. How much time do you have?
I have to be on a call at 12:30.
Okay.
And so yeah, maybe we can record 15 minutes.
Let's say okay. Yeah, I'm going to put it on 10 because we've recorded we've recorded James's frustrations. Because like you're frozen now in my.
Maybe I'm not frozen. I think I'm just not talking.
Yeah. So anyway, there were two things I wanted to talk about with you, and one was we started talking about it earlier. Thank you for the playlist. And I always am interested to find out, as a musician and kind of a musicologist and so on, I'm always interested in people's story around music that's affected them. And that was really fascinating to me that you sent that. And it's like, here's a whole new song that I've never heard of before, but for somebody else, it's had meaning in their life for 30 years,
I mean,
right?
30 years ago, not meaning for 30 years. As for me, it had meaning 30 years ago, not
Uh-huh.
anymore.
Uh-huh.
So it was just probably like if you eat comfort food, it's
Oh, I see.
you know, um, it's something that was important to me at that time. And then
Hmm.
I grew, and then I became
Uh-huh.
older, and then I left. And so, as you said, it's nostalgia. So I was like, oh, I want to go back and listen to those music that I was listening to.
Hmm.
And so,
And I'm always interested in, as well, if you remember a moment while you were listening to it that was a pivotal moment in your life. And
the
maybe some people, maybe that's a question that a lot of people don't think about, but I always think about that myself.
the time period where I
Yeah.
am listening, where I was listening to it is is an important time of my life.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I won't say that there was a pivotal moment. I would say that the whole period where I was listening to it was kind of
Hmm.
important for me. Was,
Hmm.
if you look at my timeline, and when I write my story, there is a lot to share about that specific period of my life.
Yeah. I was just imagining after you sent it, I imagined, well, what I first wanted to know was, okay, when did this music come out? Was it current for you at the time? Or was it something you discovered that's older music that wasn't part of your generation? And then just imagining you, uh, I don't know, in your bedroom or something. I sort of, like with teen idols, I imagine,
Posters,
I have a
yes.
poster. Yeah, you have a poster on the wall and all this stuff. Yeah.
At posters, I had, my schedule, my planner was him, and
Oh, I love it.
hearts
I
and
love it. I love it.
dream. Especially the song, was about uh, separation and people living, like she was
Yeah.
living far, and they were separating, and so the sadness of separation and loneliness and
Yeah. Yeah.
all of
Yeah.
those
Yeah.
emotions.
Yeah, and I love, like, a certain power that a certain song might have to allow you to bathe in those emotions or
Mhm.
those feelings a little bit. And if the singer can sort of relate it to you, well, like we talked about, so if you can think of it as being about you, right? The words being about you in the
Oh, I was
song.
too young to imagine a love story with someone, but it was intriguing.
Yeah, yeah.
It was beautiful. I would say, when you're 13 and you're just discovering those things, and you have all the hormones and everything going, you're more interested, you're more
Yeah.
um romance. Like, that's the same time when I started reading the romance novels, Barbara
Oh,
Cartland,
okay. Yeah.
Barbara Cartland, and all of the Harlequins, as we call them. And so, yeah, I think I like to say that I am in love with love, and it's when it started. So it was a
Yeah.
love song. It was just a single guy on his guitar,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
whole the way it was, I want to say mise en scène, and I lost my English way, the whole, the way, the whole setup, and the clip itself where he would be on the beach,
Hmm.
and being super lonely, and then there would be some snapshots of them when they were together, and then she was leaving, and so it's the whole thing, all the
Oh,
emotions.
so you love the video too.
Yeah, there was a video clip too. Yeah, all of
I
it.
love it. I love it.
Honestly, you would say Rock Voisine, and all of the teenagers would be like, ah. And
Yeah.
I saw him years later in a concert in France. I was what, my maybe third year of college. I was
Uh,
19 or like no 20, and it was fun, but it wasn't the same emotions
yeah.
anymore. It was I was
Right.
a
Right.
grown up. I was a grown up.
Yeah. It would be like I thought of what I thought of when I saw the cover of the French version was I thought of Sean Cassidy. I don't know if you've heard of him. He
Maybe
was
heard
in
it,
the
I'm not
United
sure.
States. He was a teen idol. Probably it would have been
Oh,
late '70s. So you're like you'd be a generation removed from that. And I don't even know how popular he was in Europe or in Africa. But yeah, Sean Cassidy was he was the bomb, and everybody had the poster of Sean Cassidy in their room, and he was on the cover of like I don't know Teen Beat magazine and all this stuff. And so he's like everybody, oh, Sean Cassidy. And his big hit was it was an old doo wop tune that was a remake. So it's from the '50s. The do run run, yeah, da do run run, the do
wow.
run run, da do run run. You might have heard that. So
Mhm.
that's what sort of first came to my mind is like from the cover art of it, which I thought was really it's like Sabelle probably had a poster of this guy,
I had a poster of Rock
and
Voisine. I had a lot of things of Rock Voisine, a lot of things with Rock Voisine.
yeah, that's so awesome. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Mhm. And the thing about him is that there was a rumor later about him, being gay, not
Uh,
one, and so I think it was confirmed later. Maybe I think he was living with a guy,
uh,
but at that time, I think it wasn't that. It's not even. I think it wasn't that popular to talk about. People wouldn't be coming out, and
right.
so I
Was it
think he.
because it was unaccepted, or just because it was that's not the thing to talk about?
Oh, in the 90s in Canada, I think I wouldn't. It wasn't mainstream as it is today.
Yeah, yeah.
It
Okay.
wasn't
Right.
mainstream, and I think people wouldn't come out easily.
Mhm.
You remember George Michael? I think it was the
Yeah,
same
I remember that.
period.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
yeah,
people wouldn't come out quickly, easily. So and Rock Voisine was making a lot of money because he was making all of these girls dream. So I think
yeah.
business wise, it wasn't wise for him to talk about it.
Oh, right. Yeah, yeah. So it's a marketing decision to not talk about your personal life, just like it might be a marketing decision to talk about your personal life, depending on.
So as an
Yeah.
intuitive coach, I feel that today you're not present with me. I think you're still frustrated or you can't hear me well. What's happening?
I it's the connection is a little spotty, which is
Mhm.
why, unfortunately, for me,
I can feel it. I can see it and I can feel it. Mhm.
yeah, yeah, it's yeah. The other thing, actually we don't have time to talk about it right now, but I wanted to after we're done mention just a couple of things to you, which I thought was fascinating about the book you sent me, and we can talk about this. This would be an in-depth discussion, so maybe we could save it for tomorrow.
Okay, sounds good.
All
Okay,
right. Yeah.
so see you
Well,
tomorrow, maybe with a
yeah,
better sound.
yeah, yeah. All
Bye.
right.